The man who came back walked on his own. That was the first wrong thing. The containment seam opened without sound, light folding back on itself as the field disengaged. No escort, no restraint, no visible control. He stepped through alone. The room froze. People recognized him immediately. A murmur rippled through the fractured sections of the hold. Names whispered like prayers, and curses tangled together. He had been taken 2 cycles ago. Middle-aged, quiet. Knew how to keep his head down. He'd stood near the center of the chamber most days, listening more than speaking, never drawing attention. Evelyn remembered him. She remembered the way his eyes had tracked movement instead of faces, the way he'd learned the room. He shouldn't have come back. Not like this. The man stopped just inside the field and waited. No confusion. No fear. No relief. He looked settled. The emergency lighting washed over his face, and that was the second wrong thing. His pupils didn't react. Not to light. Not to shadow. They stayed the same, flat and measured, like something inside him had decided brightness was no longer relevant. A woman stepped forward in the adjacent section. "Tom?" Her voice cracked on the name. The man turned his head toward her. Slowly. Deliberately. Recognition flickered. Not relief. Not warmth. Assessment. "Yes," he said. "That is my designation." The word hit the room like a dropped blade. Designation. The woman staggered back as if struck. "That's not," she began, then stopped herself, shaking her head. "That's not how you talk." The man tilted his head. "You are experiencing distress," he said calmly. "Your emotional response is inefficient." A sob tore out of someone nearby. Evelyn didn't move, didn't speak. She watched his posture, straight, balanced, shoulders relaxed but aligned, breathing slow and even, like a metronome set somewhere deep inside his chest. He wasn't restrained. He didn't need to be. Lyra felt it from across the fractured space, the absence of heat, the wrongness of it, the way his presence didn't pull at the air the way living things did. Malik clenched his jaw, muscles tightening with a fury that had nowhere to go. Kane's lips pulled back slightly, a low sound threatening to form before he swallowed it down. The man continued. "I have been returned to this population to stabilize behavioral variance," he said. "Compliance improves when examples are provided." Evelyn felt the room tilt, not panic, understanding. "They didn't break you," Evelyn said quietly. The man's eyes found her immediately, locked on. "No," he replied. "They improved me." A collective shudder ran through the hold. "They identified inefficiencies in my fear response," he continued, "removed redundancies in my emotional processing, reinforced loyalty structures." The woman who had spoken his name slid down to the floor, hands over her mouth, sobbing silently. "You let them do this to you?" someone shouted. The man turned toward the voice. "I consented," he said. Resistance was counterproductive. That was the third wrong thing. Consent. Across the ship, Kaelin felt the echo of it through the link. Not the words, but the shape of the change. Something hollow. Something aligned. Her stomach twisted. Evelyn's voice cut through the room again. "What do you feel?" she asked. The man paused, for half a second too long. Then, "Purpose." The word settled like ash. "The Xarthians do not destroy populations," he said. "They refine them. Resistance is an error state. Compliance is evolution." He took one step forward. The field did not stop him. "They will return," he continued. "They will separate further. Remove catalysts. Preserve useful units." His gaze flicked, just briefly, toward Lyra's section. Evelyn saw it. So did Lyra. So this is what they make you, Everlyn said. Yes, the man replied. This is what you could be. Everlyn stepped forward. Just enough. The field responded, a warning pulse brushing her skin. She didn't push it. I'm sorry, she said. The man looked almost curious. For what? For letting you believe that. For the first time, something twitched behind his eyes, a microsecond of delay, a tremor in the perfect cadence of his breath. The man blinked once, then steadied. The process is irreversible, he said. You will learn that. And then the seam opened beneath him, not violently, not abruptly. He dropped away, swallowed by the ship as cleanly as he had been returned. The field sealed. Gone. Silence crushed the hold. That was worse than violence. That was proof. Lyra closed her eyes, jaw clenched tight. Malik exhaled through his teeth, fury shaking his frame. Kane looked at Everlyn. Everlyn didn't look away. They don't just kill us, she said quietly. They erase us. Across the ship, Kaylin pressed her forehead to the metal of the vent. Confirmed. The machine didn't just process bodies. It processed identity. Everlyn straightened. The room waited. They can't make us, she said. The hum beneath the floor shifted. The ship listened. And somewhere deep within it, the Xarthians adjusted their models.